everyone, my name is Madeline. Welcome back to Cozy Cottage Chapters and welcome to my first Victober reading vlog. I am so excited that it is finally Victober. I have been in a bit of a reading slump, which I mentioned in my September wrap-up. I have just been not reading great books and just not really wanting to pick up very much, so I'm very excited about Victober. I feel like it is going to give me kind of the focus and direction I need in my reading life. Get to read some really good books this month, and I'm soaking it all in, all of the cozy autumnal Victober vibes. I am so here for it. This is actually my second Victober participating in my second Victober this year. I didn't do it last year because I had a new baby, but I did it the year before, and at the time I was pregnant and very nauseous, not feeling well, so I think I only read actually one book for Victober that year, and it was The Canterville Ghost by Oscar Wilde, which is just really short. But I was so sick that it took me, I just couldn't read very much. Anyway, I have a couple of things on my radar that I'm wanting to get to for Victober, and I've already started 2 books, which I plan on continuing throughout this week and will give you lots of updates on. The first being Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I talk about the chapters are really short, it's really fast-paced. We're getting to see the backstory a little bit of Heathcliff and his childhood and all of that. So I'm enjoying this a lot, and I will probably get a little bit more of this read today, hopefully. A lot of fun so far. Lots of very moody, cold, fall-ish vibes. So this has been very perfect for this time of the year. And then I just started listening to on audio. I plan on listening to it primarily and also maybe following along a little bit because I do have the physical copy of that. And it is Dombey and Son by Charles Dickens. Yeah. My toddler has her book and she's hanging out next to me, so that's the noise you hear. I plan on taking this one really slowly. It is a chunker. I'm not going to finish it in the month of October. It might stretch throughout the rest of this year, honestly, and that's totally okay. But I'm enjoying really listening to this. I am listening to a LibriVox recording of it, and I really like the narrator so far, so that's really good. And yeah, I'm only in the first chapter, so not too much to say about it. I'm enjoying it. There's definitely a lot of humor, and yeah, I'm having a good time with it. I did already laugh out loud in the very first paragraph. The Dickens says, Dombey sat in a corner of the darkened room in the great armchair by the bedside, and Son lay tucked up warm in a little basket bedstead, carefully disposed on a low settee immediately in front of the fire and close to it, as if his constitution were analogous to that of a muffin, and it was essential to toast him brown while he was very new. I just laughed out loud at the description of the baby being like a muffin. So yeah, I'm enjoying this. I'm gonna take it really slowly, just listening to it and following along in the book. I do really want to follow along because there are some illustrations in this copy, so so I don't really want to miss out on that. And I also like to be able to tag things that I enjoy and find interesting. So that is my plan so far for Victober. I have these 2 reads. I also did start reading on my Kindle The Heir of Redcliffe by Charlotte Mary Young. I really am enjoying that as well, but I think I'm going to set it aside until the later half of this month when I will be out of town a bit, and I don't plan on bringing any physical books at that time, so I'll have my Kindle, and I think it'll be easier to read that way. I think I will get too mixed up if I have 3 Victorian books going on at the same time. I think I will just get too confused as to what's going on in each of them. So I plan on having those 2 for now, saving The Heir of Redcliffe for a little bit later. Anyway, that is what I'm going to be reading so far, and I will check in with you a bit later. to update you on. I have been doing a lot of reading the past couple of days, which has been really nice, and I'm just so excited. I was not expecting to get into these books as much as I am, but I am enjoying them so much. I am just having the best time reading them and wanting to pick them up a lot, which is really exciting because I felt like I was kind of in a bit of a reading slump, but now I don't think so. And now I'm just having the best time reading these books and just really enjoying them. Yeah, I'm wanting to enjoy them, take my time, savor them, not rush through things. So I made quite a bit of progress on Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I'm on chapter 16, about almost halfway through, I think. And I am really enjoying this. I wasn't expecting to like the story as much because I know it's a bit dark and a bit of a dysfunctional relationship, I guess you could say. And all of those things are true. It is dysfunctional, it is a little bit dark, but I am quite enjoying the book. It's so gripping. I just want to keep reading it and find ways to like get just a couple of pages read during the day because I'm just so engrossed by this story. So we follow Kathy and Heathcliff, and we're getting their story sort of from a third party, an observer. This woman, Nellie, who has worked in their household basically since they were kids. And Heathcliff is an orphan. He gets adopted by Kathy's family. And Kathy and Heathcliff are like right around the same age, so they become instant friends and companions. But they, not necessarily in a way of like making each other better. They kind of have a way of bringing out the worst in each other, and they just know how to like get under each other's skin and hurt each other in a way that nobody else really can. One day, Kathy decides to get married to this rich neighbor, and Heathcliff is obviously very upset and hurt by this because he is in love with Kathy. And even though Kathy says she's in love with Heathcliff too, she decides to marry this man. And yeah, Heathcliff kind of runs off, comes back much later, and start to unravel from there. A lot of tension, there's a lot of drama. I don't know really why I'm enjoying this as much as I am, but I am. It's just super fast-paced, really well written, and yeah, I am eager to keep reading this. I have a bit of time this morning. I have the house to myself, so I am going to read more of this because I'm just having the best time with this, surprisingly. And I mentioned this before, but I sort of decided on a whim to start the audiobook of Dombey and Son by Charles Dickens. I am taking this very slowly, just listening to it, following along in the book a little bit, and I am really enjoying this method of reading, listening to Dickens. I think it is just, I've just been really enjoying the audiobook I'm listening to is on LibriVox, so it's a free audiobook and it's really good. I really enjoy the narrator of it. And yeah, I'm having the best time kind of slowly tackling this. It'll probably take me a couple of months to get through, but that's okay. I'm in no rush. And I'm really enjoying the story so far. I am on page 45, which is in the middle of chapter 4. And yeah, so we follow Dombey, Mr. Dombey, who is this really successful businessman, a daughter already, and at the beginning of the book, his son has just been born. And this is a really big deal for him because his business is Dombey and Son, so he needs a son. And he is just so consumed by his business and his work that it's like the only thing that matters to him. He doesn't really care about his daughter because she's not Son, which is so sad. And yeah, it's the front of his mind always. His wife ends up passing away just after giving birth to the son. And so we're kind of following what's happening after that. They are getting a nurse to take care of the little boy. And yeah, we're getting to see a little bit more of Florence, his daughter. Really enjoying this so much. The writing is so good. The characters are so interesting. And yeah, I'm having a lot of fun listening to this as well. Cute. I've been like playing the audiobook on my phone, and my daughter, who is 1, gets really excited and like starts taking the phone and talking and getting really, really excited listening to it. So she's been enjoying Dickens as well, which is really cute. So those are the 2 books, Victober books, that I'm in the middle of. Like I said, I've just been having the coziest, best time reading these, and I'm just so happy. Like, Victober has come at the perfect time for me. It is pulling me out of my reading slump, and I am so glad. Hello, I am back. It is Monday morning. I am sorry I did not film a lot this weekend. I was busy reading, resting, still getting over my little bit of a cold that I've been dealing with for a little while. But I did get some good reading time in, and I was able to finish Wuthering Heights, which I'm really pleased and happy that I was able to get through this so quickly. I wasn't expecting it, but like I said earlier, it was such a captivating, engrossing story that I had trouble putting it down, and I just wanted to keep reading more and more of it. So I plowed through this really quickly, and I really enjoyed my time with it. I'm pleasantly surprised at how much I enjoyed this book. I feel like I had always heard that it was dark, that it was depressing in some ways, and that's true. It is a story where there are bad characters doing bad things, treating people really, really badly. But at the same time, the second half of this book is quite different, and we get to follow kind of the next generation of characters who are also flawed and also make a lot of mistakes, but they are trying to be better than their parents, and we see them growing as characters, and there's just some hope in this book, which I wasn't expecting, and I think that really turned things around for me and made this such an enjoyable read, especially, uh-oh, my daughter is getting to the camera. But yeah, I think that just made this such an enjoyable read. I really enjoyed my time reading Wuthering Heights. It makes me want to reread Jane Eyre. Anyways, I read Jane Eyre back in high school, didn't have the best memory reading it, and I think that's just because I was a teenager being forced to read a book for school, and I just didn't have a lot of experience reading classics to begin with, so I think it was just kind of a hard book for me to understand and to get through. But I think I would really enjoy it now at this point in my life and have much more appreciation for it. So it definitely makes me want to read Jane Eyre. And yeah, I'm just really happy. This is such a good way to start Victober. I feel kind of out of my reading slump, which is really exciting. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to continuing reading more Victorian literature this month. Continuing on with Dombey and Son, I haven't really made any progress on that because I've just been prioritizing Wuthering Heights. I've been prioritizing Wuthering Heights, but I will continue on with Dombey. And then I think my next physical book it's a short little one, so I should be able to get through this quite quickly, and that is The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. I don't know too much about this. I know, I think it's supposed to have some kind of creepy vibes to it, so I'm looking forward to that. So that is my Victober kind of week, a little bit less than a week. Know if you're reading any Victorian literature this month and how that's going, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!